it's all behind me. Won't too strong, I don't go down easy. Living for Christ, the best I can. I'm a Jesus girl. All the way. You changed my heart. Ooh, fall forward, up and over. If I go, it's only higher. No matter where I stand, it's always on the Lord's side. 'Cause I've been reading. Jesus girl. Jesus girl.
Happy Wednesday, guys. Y'all know what time it is. Time for the Wednesday Word for Women show, the remix. I sure hope your day has been rocking this entire planet. Your week, matter of fact, thus far has been flipping along fantabulously. I pray that you remember always that 365, 24/7, 7 days a week, your attitude, reactions, and responses is in your control. Nobody has the power or right to kill your vibe or steal your joy if you so choose. So check yourself, and if by chance you are like, not today, just flip through the Rolodex of your mind, woosah, and remember those things. Grab a hold of those things that you can be grateful and thankful for, and I promise you your mood will shift. Everybody's going through something. We don't compare or belittle each other's struggles, but what we do know is that we have something that we can anchor ourselves to. For me, it is God. Hopefully, you have something in your life as well too. So, okay, trust the process. Not trust the process. I'm sorry. Trust the pause, the silence. So, have you ever wondered why is it that when there's like a pause in a conversation, there's this awkwardness, there's this need that we want to feel that silence? It's like you think something is wrong. You nervously start, saying or doing something. I mean, we gauge how we are doing by the audience, by our the reaction the audience gives us. And here's the thing, that's okay if you are, a comedian, an entertainer, a comic knows by the laughs if he or she is doing well. A movie knows, by our response in ticket sales the first week that it is out, if it's a hit or not. That's cool. Some things are audience driven, but what I fear has happened is I'm concerned we are living our lives that way, and we need the audience to gauge if we are doing okay or not. It's by the applause, the cheer, the reaction of the audience, how we are making moves, how we are doing things, how we are making decisions. We're trying to live our lives based upon the audience, based upon what the crowd is saying. That is so dangerous. We have to learn to trust the silence and the pauses, guys. A couple of years back, they did this docu-series, mini-series on the group New Edition. And if you know anything about New Edition, started kids had a lot of inner turmoil. They broke up. They had made different, grew successful on their own, great together, but they had a lot of trauma. They had a lot of drama, and there was a lot of hurt and addiction because of that. And I'll remember this scene. One of the members, Ricky Bell, which is a member that branched off to BBD, a subgroup of New Edition, and he got in, I believe it was cocaine, and he says, Yes, he was addicted to cocaine. That was his issue. But the root of his problem, the reason he was using that cocaine is because he became addicted to the applause. He became addicted to a sound. He became addicted to what the crowd says. And since he didn't have it, that's when he picked up, drugs, and he got into that kind of thing. So that's very key for us to understand. Y'all, most of our lives is not going to be lived in front of the audience. We can't base our lives and our values and what we do based upon a sound from the crowd, from the audience. Man, let me tell you, you have got to be comfortable to be still and silent. You've got to be able to know that just because you're not getting the sound of the crowd doesn't mean something is somehow wrong. You don't try to fill the spaces of a pause. I think about the yellow light. The yellow light is, we're supposed to pause. Now, when you see a yellow light, if you are if it changes when you are right upon it, you're supposed to go through it. But if you see the yellow light from a little ways off, you're supposed to pause and stop if you can, because the yellow light is an indication that the red light, the stop light, is about to come. And so you got to gauge, can I make this light, or should I stop? I remember one time me and my best friend, I had a car. Y'all pray for me. Y'all just don't understand how much of a hoodlum your girl was. But my brother had gotten me a car, and he wasn't living here. He actually bought me a car, brought it into town for me. Now, let me tell y'all something. I did not have a license. I did not even know how to drive. I had never driven. But he gave me this car. It was a big old Lincoln, y'all. I mean, when I tell you the utter foolishness that went on because of this car, I was driving and the police got behind me. Me and my best friend in the car, dressed alike. I think we were going downtown. If you remember the downtowner, I was going to get something to eat, and the police got behind me, and the yellow light flipped. And so I paused, but then I got scared because I knew I didn't have a license. I knew the tag wasn't right. And so then I floored it, and I pushed on. I tried to run the red light. Well, how many of you know the police got behind me? Whoop, whoop, stopped me. I consequently got arrested. I didn't have a license. I didn't even know how to drive. And here I am trying to run a red light. He said, if I had just did the pause and not reacted by trying to engage and stopped instead of reacting, I would have never got stopped. He wasn't even going to stop me. He didn't care that I had out of town tax. It literally was me trying to run past the pause that got me caught up. That's what I want to tell us, y'all. Sometimes, the pause is preparing us. A pause is like the yellow light. It's preparing you for the stop. I don't know what the stop is, but in life, seasons come and go. The rhythm fluctuates. And so sometimes you need to be careful with the pause and the silence, because it is alerting you that something is coming. The pause, the silence also is protecting us. Take singleness. A lot of people hate being single. They just want to be married. If they were married and divorced, they want the next husband. Or if they've been single, they're ready. They're waiting for their wife or their husband. Well, here's the thing. While singleness is not a bad thing, singleness is actually supposed to be us dealing with us, preparing us, and protecting us from issues and things that we've had in previous relationships. It's healing, it's holy, it's coming into your own, is you becoming all that you can be, so that you won't put too much pressure on the relationships that can be, because you are not healthy. If you carry the bricks from your past relationships into your new ones, you're going to build the same house that you've had that didn't work in the previous ones. And so sometimes the pause and the silence is to protect us. It's to allow us to deal with us, to protect us from ourselves. And it's also the pauses, the silences in life is the refreshing, because sometimes only in stillness, guys, only in silence can you gain clarity. We're so busy. We have so many things. Well, if this don't work, I'm gonna move to the next thing, the next. We all want the next. We all want we want to level up. Well, we haven't even experienced and done all that we are supposed to be doing on the level we're at. And you can't hear clearly. You can't know with clarity what you're supposed to do. What's the next move? What if what you're doing is not working? What are you doing? If what you're doing working, maybe you just need perseverance to stay your course until the next comes. But I tell you one thing, be still and know that I am God. That is Psalms 46 and 10. Sometimes we think that God is not listening. He's not moving in our life. And it's not that. It's just like you won't be still enough to hear him. You can't get clarity through the chaos. And I'm telling you, the pauses of life, the silences of life is not a bad thing. We need to embrace it. We need to embrace the uncomfortableness of the pause, of the silence, and quit thinking that something is wrong and I just need to fill the space. I just need to do no. Sit in your silences. Sit in your pauses. Ask yourself if there is the absence of the audience that you want, or the crowd is not speaking. First, you need to know, is this really they're missing it, or something is wrong and I need to course correct or redirect? Or is it simply I need to just sit in this and chillax and allow processes and the preparation and the protection and the refreshing to take place, so that then I can move on to the next thing. So I hope you guys just take away today, please respect the pause. Respect it, y'all. It's a sign of respect. It means to consider. It means that there's an interruption, but the interruption is not forever. It's a temporary thing. A pause is a temporary interruption. So see what the interruption is trying to tell you, but you will only know if you embrace the silence. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. I'm your biggest fan, praying for you. Now we're going to go into hot topics. Remember, you can always throw me a hot topic, but there's also the Ask Pastor Payne question. You send me your question, DM me, text me, call me, and you will be a video guest on the show. But this week we have a hot topic. And so I will segue into that. Praying for you guys. Be blessed. Is Portia wrong for getting engaged to her friend Fallon's ex-husband? Yo, the hot topic this week that is trending. Okay, I don't watch reality TV. This is no shade. This is no diss. I just don't. But the Real Housewives of Atlanta is trending because one of the people on that show, The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Portia Williams, revealed her engagement to her co-star's ex-husband. Let me say that again. Portia Williams revealed her engagement to her Real Housewives of Atlanta co-star Fallon's ex-husband, Simon. Now, my question is twofold. One, is there still such a thing as the girl code, the woman code, the bro code? Like, I think we need to maybe revisit that and remind ourselves of what that actually is. But secondly, in this case, I will say, in the show, Tammy, who was on Basketball Wives, says that it appears sometimes that these women are friends, but they're actually not. Like, they use someone who's already been in the show as a bridge, as a springboard to bring on new people. Like, you don't know this woman or man from Adam, but they will use you as a segue to bring that person onto the show. And so Portia says that Fallon, she was like, this woman was not my friend. I met her, they introduced her into the show through me, but she didn't know me and I didn't know her. And so for me, in my mind, what say you? But in my mind, that's a totally different thing than as friends, you dating your friend's ex. Now, the girl code for me, it's unwritten, but there are and the bro code, it's unwritten, but there are just some things that we just don't do. Like, you don't, and don't nobody take no offense and think I'm calling you out or whatever. This is a trending topic, so this is the subject, but it's rampant right now. It's a part of life. But anywho, the girl code, bro code is you never go into areas, hook up with people that your friend had been. You don't dip in a pond that's already been swam in. We just don't do that. You don't leave women, your girlfriend, if you're going out, you don't leave her. If we come together, we leave together unless I know you are leaving safely. You don't, set drinks down, y'all, without having someone watch. You don't leave your purse. There's always somebody that holds the purse or the drink. There has to be a lookout. We look out for each other that way. We don't leave each other vulnerable alone. If you drop somebody off, you wait till they get inside the house. You don't pull off soon as they get out the car. There are just some things that we just do as bros and sissies to each other. Now, there are extenuating circumstances, I believe, but what say you? In death, is if your friend dies, is then that spouse still, out of range for you? Is that a no-no? Now, I say that because, some people's best friends, they were friends with the spouses too. And so, it can be a natural thing, because if you're comforting each other by the loss of this person that you both love, that can be a draw. That can be a denominator that gets you guys closer and takes it to another level. And it wasn't that you guys were planning and plotting, to hook up. It's just now circumstances. We are comforting each other. We are in relationships in a different way. And so a different emotional field can come into play. That happens a lot, not just with death, maybe relocating, or maybe tragedies, maybe whatever brings us into a space that we were not in, that is out of character for this relationship, sometimes, you do see a person in a different way, and it wasn't that you was trying to scheme, plot, and steal somebody's man or woman. I do believe, a lot of people say it under no circumstances, but then on the other hand, most of the time I'm under no circumstances. It's just not cool. I'm not double dipping in the pond that you swam in. So what say you guys? This hot topic of the week. What's the girl code? Is the girl code and guy code a thing of the past, or should it be brought back and taught and refreshed and trained ourselves again in what it actually means? Because at the end of the day, I do truly think that that's how you love people well. That's how you be a good friend. That's how you be a good confidant. That's how you be a good person. There has to be parameters. There has to be lines that you won't cross. The boundaries is real. It should be in every type of relationships, and you should have some. I should have some lines I won't cross, no matter how much or how appealing crossing that boundary line is. I still respect myself enough. I honor myself enough to not cross it. So, what say you? Do you have any thoughts on this? Was she wrong or was she not? Or was it an oh well or no? Y'all have a blessed week. See you next week.
Girl, I